Yo, what is up guys? AD here, back with another video here on the channel, and in today's video everyone, we are going to be checking out the newest gacha that's recently just released late last night in Artery Gear. So there it is on screen, and I'll be giving you all my first impressions on the game, as of course I've had some time with it, just a few hours of course of gameplay, but it's been pretty fun so far, so I thought that I'd introduce it to the channel and maybe you all would be interested in viewing some videos on this beautiful game. So here it is, we are on the home screen now, and we'll be starting with the UI. So we do have the home screen here. It's a pretty nice one. We do have a lot of current events as well, in which we'll dive into in a bit. But here is the home screen UI. Of course, you do have the standard units you can feature on the home screen here. We do have the main story, the battle operations tab, as well as the exercise tab here towards the top right. Like any other gacha, you do have all of your currencies near the top of the screen, as well as your stamina. And we do have the mailbox tab here, in which you can claim your rewards if there are any. Currently we don't have any in there. And then we do have the top right hand button here, in which you do have your friends, announcements, the settings tab, the guides, help, and agreement as well. And you do have your UID towards the top left hand side of the screen, and your level as well, so you guys could see my UID there. And if you would love to add me, there is my UID. You can add me as a friend on Artery Gear. So there's the UI. Overall, a pretty nice one. You can change the units here, of course, showcased on the screen, and you can have quite a few featured on the home screen as well. So let's pick some of my favorites units here. We do have Ginga and Shinobu here. I do love their designs, and they will be featured on the home screen. So there is Shinobu on the screen, one of the SSRs you can actually obtain for free currently, which is very nice, and she does seem to be a decent unit. But with that out of the way, there is the UI. Overall, a very nice looking home screen here, I would say. Nothing too clunky. Overall, a pretty nice one. You also do have the event tab here featured on the bottom left hand side of the screen, as well as the codex here, which does provide more information, character data, story review, etc., the music, character designs, and tons more of information showcased here. And towards the bottom of the screen, you can see we do have a chat function, but it's currently offline. And we do have the other tabs here featuring your missions, your current Artery Gear units, your team formation, the fleet, recruitment, warehouse, supply, and of course the main current event here would be on the bottom right hand side of the UI as well. So there's the UI and what you can expect here on the home screen. Tons of events currently going on, as of course the game just did launch for the global side. So let's dive into some of them. We do have here the pre-mission briefing, which is one of the events here you will have to start the game. I do believe this is active all the time as a beginner player, but you can see we do have the Shinobu units here, in which I did obtain for completing one of the missions here towards the center of the screen. So you will have the opportunity to obtain Shinobu for free. As you can see here, the event time is indefinite, so this is free for all new players, which is very amazing here. And we do have tons of other missions here, as well as you will head into step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, 6, and 7 here to end off the missions here once you do start your new account. Next up here, we do have the event below the pre-mission briefing, in which we do have 9 hours and 12 minutes remaining, in which we do have here some limited time packs. If you guys would like to purchase some of them, they are some of the launch bundles, in which if you would love to support the game, there are the new bundles. We do have here the rookie training. When you do begin Artery Gear, you will have all of these rookie missions to complete. So tons of missions currently. I'm only on stage 1 still, and we still do have stages 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we do have tons of rewards here towards the bottom, in which they do grant you some summons here, as well as some of the forging crystals to provide more multi-summons as well. So very nice events currently going on here. We also do have here the login rewards here for being a beginner. We do have here the hardworking maid login reward, in which it does reward you with some summoning currency, as well as some strawberry cake, in which you can hand to your Artery Gear units as sorts of an affection system. And on day 3 here, we do have some outfit tickets can be used to purchase combat gears at the shop, And upon the 4th day, more foraging crystals. Who does not want more summons? And the 5th here, we do have a Naughty Maid outfit for one of the Artery Gear units, as you can see here on the screen. We also do have here the daily login, so this is what you could expect for your daily login rewards. Pretty standard for a gacha. You do have the daily login rewards. And next up here, we do have here the boarding celebration here. Log in for 3 days to get a Neo A star passing by skin. So another skin for free here. If you do log in for 3 days here, on the 3rd day, you will manage to obtain this skin for the unit of Neo A. So a very nice looking skin there for free, and you can't complain about free stuff. And to continue here, we do have more login rewards here for the beginners, in which you will be granted a 4-star Pure Heart Morris here, which is honestly probably the best healer in the game. So you do obtain her for free alongside some other summons, as well as on day 6 here, you do obtain one of the supply units here, as well as more summons. On day 5 here, we do have advanced decoder chips. Day 4 here, some money, as well as day 3 some single summons as well. Next up here, we do have the monthly pass. So if you do want to purchase some affordable foraging crystals, you do have this monthly pass here, in which it is 5 USD. Of course, you will have to convert this to your currency, but for myself it is $5. And we do have here the pre-mission briefing, in which we did overview already, as well as the Twilight Operation, which is an event that is currently active as well. So a pretty nice one here, and you can obtain some tile flips here to receive some rewards here towards the bottom, as well as some that are featured on the screen. So there is an overview on the current events, as well as the main event here. We almost did forget here the Asura event, which is currently active until June 27th. As you can see, we do have some stages here, in which this event sort of does remind me of Alchemy Stars, as you do have the stages here you will need to go through, as well as the event's currency, in which you can obtain and exchange for a unit here in Chuhaya. And we also do have here tons of rewards. Now, the next thing I did want to dive into, everyone, is actually the team formation. So you do have a team of 4 units here for Artery Gear. As you can see, my team for now, we are running 4-star Alice, 5-star Ginga, 4-star Verbena, and we do have 4-star Morris. So overall, a pretty good team for myself right now. I would say Alice and the Morris unit honestly does carry me, while Ginga just deals all of the damage. So I'm pretty happy with my team. But here is an example of how to build your team here. Of course, you do want to have a healer, and of course the damage dealers here as well. Pretty standard with gacha teams. And we also do have here some support units here. As you can see, tactical supports. We do have the artillery supports here in Mel, the air supports here in Rayla, as well as the equipment deployment here, in which you will come to learn how to use these supporter units here. And we do have here a limit of the 10 squads here, so tons of teams you can manage to build. Of course, I only have one currently available, and I'm using this for the story right now. You also do have here the adjustments. If you do play on auto mode, you can actually adjust the plans for each unit here, in which will change the releasing order of their skills on auto. You can also change the releasing condition, as well as the targets to prioritize here with their skills on auto mode as well. So a very beautiful auto system here on Artery Gear, and overall I'm enjoying it a ton. Definitely, if you do need to adjust the priority here with the skills as well as the releasing orders here, it does help out a ton if you don't want to play manually. So a very nice automatic system here in Artery Gear, and of course you can adjust this for every single one of your units here on your 4 roster team, as well as you can adjust the positioning of your units, as you can see here in the 4 squares here. As you can see, I do have my Alice positioned towards the front row here, towards the top right. We do have Ginga here on the bottom right, Verbena here on the top left, and Morris here towards the bottom left. So I assume you do want your squishy units, the supporters, in the back row, as well as your attackers in the front row. So I did toss Morris and Verbena here towards the back, and Ginga as well as Alice towards the front to deal my damage, and it's been going well so far. You also have here towards the top your overall efficiency, which is pretty much your team power, and that's pretty much does it for what you could expect here in the team formation tab. All right, everyone, next up here, let's check out the battle system here in Artery Gear, as of course some of you may be interested in it. So let's check it out here. We do have the main story here in which we'll be diving into. We also do have some beautiful loading screens here on Artery Gear, as you could see there. And here is the battle system. Let's turn off the autoplay for now so you guys could see how to battle with your units. We do have my main 5-star there in Ginga attacking first, and this is how the combat does look. Of course, it is turn-based. You do have your 4 units here on the left-hand side of the screen. Of course, the amount of battles you will be heading into here on the top left-hand side of the screen, in which we do have 1 of 3 here. You do have here the automatic system if you would like to turn it on. We do have this rotating icon here to turn on the autoplay, as well as the speed of the battle. You can play on 1x speed or 2x speed, as well as you can pause the battle here to retry the environmental settings here, and of course to leave the battle as well. And we do have here the missions here, as well as the table in which it explains to you the certain attributes of units that do counter the others. As you could see, Molten counters Crystal, Crystal counters Thunder, and Thunder counters Molten. So some information here on the pause screen if you guys ever do forget. So let's continue here. As you can see, we do have the enemy here, so let's attack it here. As you can see, you do have 3 attacks here towards the bottom right here. The first one here, as you could see, we do have the support shot, which is an active skill. The second skill here, which is a cooldown with 3 turns here for the first aid mist here for Morris, in which she does heal. And of course the ultimate ability here, in which it does have a cooldown of 4 turns here. So you will want to save your ultimate ability for when you really do need it. As you can see, for now I don't need my ultimate ability, so we'll pretty much just use the standard attack until we do need those ultimates. Next up here, you could see my units are still in good health, so continue to use those standard abilities until you do need those ultimates. Now next up here, we do have the second of the 3 battles here. As you can see, we do have the crystal types, in which they do counter the molten units. So you will see the strong indicator on screen when you do have a unit that does counter the enemy very well. Now you could see here we are on our Morris unit here, in which she doesn't counter this attribute, so she has no weak point to this unit here, in which we'll just do a standard attack for now. And you can see we still managed to defeat one. And like I was mentioning here, since we do have the crystal units here, they are strong against the molten enemies, so we will deal a significant amount of damage here to those. So continuing on, you could see it's a pretty standard turn-based system here. Of course, very similar to other gachas, and I've seen a ton of players actually comparing this game to Epic 7. Now, I personally haven't played Epic 7, but I could see it, I suppose, in which I've come across some Epic 7 gameplay in my time. So if you guys do enjoy Epic 7, then you will probably enjoy Artery Gear a ton, as you could see here based on the gameplay. So let's continue on and defeat all of the enemies here, and then after this battle we'll dive into some summons so you guys could see how the summoning tab does look here in Artery Gear as well. So there it is. We did manage to complete the battle here. 3 stars overall, very nice. And here is the completion screen, in which you will see your level up here towards the top right hand card, your units here in the gained experience, as of course the featured units here on the left hand side as well, and of course the rewards you did gather throughout the battle. All right, everyone, last but not least here in today's video, let's check out some summons here. We do have a 10 pool, so let's check it out. We also do have here the rates, in which I will show you guys the details here. You do have the drop rates of the 5-star units here being 2.5% here for the 5-star AGs, the 4-star AGs at a 13% rate, and the 3-star AGs at an 84.5% rate. You also do have here the featured units here, in which they are boosted to 0.7%. The other units here at the 1.8%, but you do have a chance of each of them at a 0.12% chance, and of course the 4 stars as well. So let's dive into the summons here and check out what we do manage to pull, hopefully an SSR for today's video. But I just wanted to show you guys the summons here. As you can see, the animation here, touch to access, and it will uncover all of the units here. Now I do believe we did manage to pull an SSR, and we did, so there she is, and we do have an SR as well. So here's the summoning tab. Of course, we do have Sonia there. There she is on screen. More units here, looking very beautiful here. The 3 stars. As 44 star here, we did pull Verbena here, a dupe for myself. So very nice to have a dupe. And let's see what the SSR units here is. Hopefully she's a good one. And let's see what we do manage to pull. Maybe the featured one would be pretty nice here. Or if an unfeatured, hopefully one of the top tier ones on the tier list. And there it is, the SSR units here. Let's see what it is. And we did pull a dupe of Ginga. So not too bad, a dupe on a unit I do have. And she is very amazing, an S tier unit herself. So can't complain too much here on a dupe of Ginga. But yeah, there's the summoning tab. Make sure to let me know what you guys do think of these summons overall. And if you guys did manage to dive into Artery Gear already, make sure to let me know how your summons did go here on any of the banners. But anyways, everyone, that'll pretty much do it for today's Artery Gear video here on my first impressions. Of course, a pretty long one, but I did want to give you guys a rundown of how the game does run a bit here. Of course, there are tons of details I did leave out, as we could be here all day explaining Artery Gear, but I'll try to save more info for the other videos. So if you guys are interested in more Artery Gear content here on the channel, make sure to leave a comment down below so I know you are all interested, as well as make sure to leave a like on this video. But before you go, everyone, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are interested in more Artery Gear videos here on the channel, and of course if you're interested in other gachas showcased here on the channel. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in the next Artery Gear video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.